back to our channel. And for today, this is, I think, a very much awaited vlog. I've been thinking of doing this for quite a long time, but there's just a lot of information into it, so I just want to make sure that I prepare for it to be able to give you the most accurate information as much as I can. So for today, we will be talking about the costs of being an international student. Plus, we will be talking about some of the costs that someone will incur if they will also be including their spouse and dependents into their application. So as you know, if you are planning to be an international student here in Canada, you can bring your husband on an open work permit, and your kids can also come with you either on a study permit or on a tourist visa. So we'll talk about all of the fees that you would need to prepare for. So just a little bit of a disclaimer, hindi po kami immigration consultant, so everything that we will be talking about here is based on our experience and our own research. Yes. So medyo matagal na rin ito dahil we started our Canadian dream actually 2017 pa siya. We planned on visiting tourist visa to see how the country is and if it's okay to actually migrate here. But we didn't have the luxury to do that kasi na-refuse yung tourist visa namin. So, 2018, doon na kami nag-start planning for student visa na. So, again, kami po ay family of 5. So, me and my husband, and we have 3 kids. During the time of the application, ano nga ba yung mga age nila? 3, 5, and 8? Yeah. Oo, 3, 5, and 8. So, we did prepare for our application as a family. So anyway, wag muna natin isipin yung mga result, but this is mostly into preparation. So first, dun muna tayo sa student. So ako yung student, what you would need to actually prepare for is the cost of tuition. So, yan ang unang-una nyong i-consider. Now, cost of tuition is dependent on the province, dependent on the school, technically, and depende rin doon sa course na kukunin nyo. But on average, dito, siguro sa Alberta, nung nag-try ako mag-search dito, even outside other provinces din, on average, it's about 15,000 Canadian dollars. That is per year. Yon. So, if you're taking 2 years, then times 2. Pero meron ako nakitang mga schools outside of Alberta, meron as low as parang 8,000 per year. Yon. So, I'll do a separate vlog covering different schools and different tuitions, yung mga cheapest colleges and universities across Canada. We'll do that as a separate vlog. But for those who are looking into applying as a student sa Bow Valley College, yun po yung kanilang average tuition per year. So 15,000 Canadian dollars. That is only for the tuition fees. Wala po siya nung mga miscellaneous fees, for example, books, health and dental fees. Ito yung extended insurance, hindi po siya kasama. Wala rin yung other fees like technology fees, admin fees, and yung application fee, wala pa po. Yes. So, talking about the application fee. So, before you worry about the tuition, before you pay anything sa tuition, ang uunahin pong babayaran ay yung application fee. So, ito yung admission fee para makakuha kayo ng seat in the program doon sa school of choice nyo. So, ang application fee, depende rin po siya sa school, but sa mga na-research ko, it ranges from anywhere between 100 Canadian dollars around mga 170, 180. And this is per application per program. So, if you are looking into applying for 2 programs, for example, one for business administration, one for a nursing program, something like that. So, kailangan 100, each application fee sila. Yes. And technically, that is per semester. So, for example, magde-defer kayo ng intake, ayun po magbabayad ulit doon para for that specific semester. But, dahil nga may COVID, so medyo nagkaroon sila ng leniency in terms of intake deferral. So doon, baka pwedeng ma-roll over yung inyong admission. So hindi na kayo mag-a-apply for that specific intake. By the way, meron pong mga schools, sometimes wini-waive nila yung kanilang application fee. Or for example, mag-a-apply kayo sa agency or consultants or partners ng specific schools na yon. Sometimes meron silang promotion na you don't need to pay the application fee, waive na siya. So, nothing to pay upfront. Kapag na-approve kayo or na-admit kayo dun sa program, then doon lang po kayo magbabayad. So, if you have, friends or, someone from those specific schools, try to research muna kasi makakatipid din kayo doon. Lalo na if you're eyeing on different schools, diba? Minsan gusto natin i-try yung luck natin sa iba't ibang programs, iba't ibang schools. So, mas makaka-lessen din ang cost if you look into those that waive their application fees. Okay, ngayon, kapag natanggap na kayo sa school, ang usually nangyayari niyan is they will issue you a letter of admission nga ba, letter of acceptance. So, firstly, they will...
Ikaw, student.
So, pag natanggap kayo, letter of admission muna ang mauuna. Now, this is where you would have to pay your confirmation fee. So, ito na yung parang deposit nyo sa seat nyo doon sa program. So, usually, it's about 1,500. Ito, sa Bow Valley College, 1,500 yung babayaran nyo para ma-confirm nyo yung seat in the program and makapag-issue sila ng letter of acceptance. Yung LOA na yun po ang sinasama nyo sa study permit application nyo. Depende yan. I have seen other schools na ang kanilang deposit is around 2,500 or 3,500. So, isa yan sa mga hindi fixed costs that you would have to consider. And then, yung full tuition fee, depende na rin yan kung magtitake kayo ng SDS, ito yung kailangan nyo bayaran yung one year full tuition. Otherwise, hindi naman siya kailangan. Yeah. And then, books, miscellaneous, health and dental plan. My experience sa Bow Valley College, ang ina-advertise nila sa website nila for books, around 750 per semester. So, medyo malaki rin siya kasi ang isang semester, 3 to 4 months lang yan. So, 750 is still a big amount. So, my tip for you is, try to check kung kailangan nyo bumili ng brand new books. Kasi nung una, syempre ako very excited ako. So, nung first sem ko, bili ko pa lahat ng books, ganyan. But, just a tip for you, tignan nyo muna, maybe wait until the first day of your classes kung ano yung sasabihin ng professor nyo. Kasi minsan, sa curriculum nakalagay na mandatory siya, pero pagdating doon sa klase nyo, sasabihin ng professor nyo, you don't need to have a copy of that book, or pwede kayo mag-rent lang, or pwede mag-share with classmates. So, merong mga specific na ganon. Yes, so please wait for it. And kung hindi naman kailangan ng brand new books, punta kayo sa mga buy and sell, mga rental ng mga textbooks. With Bow Valley College, meron pong ganung Facebook group. So yun is, makukuha nyo mga second hand or third hand or even fourth hand books. Meron ako mga nabiling books dati, pang-apat na ata akong owner.
Binenta mo ulit, di ba?
Oo, tapos binibenta ko rin siya ulit. Yes. So makakuha kayo as low as $10, $20 versus sa brand new, minsan 700 to 75 to 150, ganun siya makamahal.
Kalahati na lang yung pages.
Yes.
Joke lang.
Hindi, meron na nakalagay kung very useful or what. Pero yes. And then miscellaneous fees, mga technology fees, siguro mga total yan per semester, mga nasa 200, 250. Yes. Kasi yung health and dental pa lang nasa 150 siya per semester. And this is only for the student. Sa Bow Valley, kung gusto nyong enroll yung dependents nyo doon, yung family nyo sa health and dental insurance. This is the extended insurance. You may do so. Binayad ko sa kanila nun is 500 per year. So, sulit na rin kasi same kami ng benefits. It's nice to have kasi hindi po lahat ng services dito covered by the provincial healthcare. For example, yung mga gamot nyo, yung mga massage, dental, procedures, yun hindi siya covered ng healthcare dito, ng provincial. Ang covered ng provincial is check-ups, laboratory tests, hospital admissions, pero other than that, mga out of the hospital, anything that you would need, kayo na yung magbabayad nun. So this health and dental insurance covers not the full cost, pero at least parang mga 80% ng cost usually yung kanilang kino-cover. So it's really a big help.
Tipid po.
Yes. Others, yun na, mga tech fee, admin fee, mga ganung napapasok na siya sa 250 per semester. Okay, and then aside from the tuition, aside from those, other programs would require, or other schools will require you to have an IELTS exam. So IELTS exam, syempre student po kayo, so ang iti-take nyo ay IELTS academic. Now, ito nagbabago ang kanilang fees, but the last time I checked, it's about 11,300 pesos. So this is for one exam, regardless if it's computer delivered test or yung paper-based test yun. Isa pang cost yun, yung IELTS. Depende po siya. Some schools require IELTS. Some schools you would probably need to check. Baka naman may ibang way. Kasi with Bow Valley College, merong other tests that you can provide, other documents that you can provide in replacement noong sa IELTS. So, hindi nyo na kailangan mag-take ng IELTS. What I know is that you can take the Duolingo test. So, online test lang siya. May cost din siya. May cost din related to that, but it's lesser than the IELTS cost. And then, I think the best way para wala kayo, less lang, hindi na kayo magre-review, magkano lang din ang mabayaran nyo, is the certificate of online instruction, certificate of English instruction. So ito is yung proof from your college back home or post-secondary institution na English yung medium of teaching nila doon sa school nyo. So parang ito na yung proof na nag-i-English ka naman talaga, na proficient ka sa English language, and that's enough for them. So check it out. And also iba-iba rin yung scores for IELTS required based on your course and based on the school. So yun, that's also one thing that you have to double check. Okay, ito naman sa pag-a-apply ng school, ito yung mga kailangang documents and costs associated. So syempre pag mag-a-apply kayong admission sa school, first is you have to have the transcript, the diploma, and ano pa ba yun? Yeah, and so ang pinaka-importante dyan is transcript and diploma. Sometimes kailangan din ng course outline. So yan pong mga yan, depende po yan sa inyong institution kung magkano. I'm from FEU, so naalala mo ba, binayaran natin yung mga yun, di ba? So transcript, parang, actually hindi ko alam kung magkano sila. Diploma.
Ako kumuha niyan, di ba?
Oo. Kahit ikaw kumuha ka
yan,
niyan eh. Oo. English Certificate of Medium, kumuha rin ako sa kanila. Pero hindi naman siya super duper kamahalan. Siguro, nag-budget kami ng mga 1,000 to 2,000. Ganyan. Hindi ko lang alam kung nag-increase na yung fees nila. But yes, isa yun sa kailangan. And then, if you have, if sasama nyo ang inyong family, so syempre documents din nila kailangan. So, ang importante dyan is marriage certificate, passport ng inyong kids, of course, very important yan. So, sa NSO po yan, ano, magkano ang marriage license? Mga nasa 200, no? 250?
140 yan.
Oo. Parang per copy, no? Tapos, depende if you're gonna get it online, kasi di ba may option to get online, para magdadagdag lang kayo ng 25 pesos, gano'n. Pero hindi naman siya kamahalan, no? So, mga gano'n. And same with the birth certificate, so you'd have to get a copy of that. NBI clearance is very important. It's mandatory for applicants 18 years old and above. So, ang cost ng NBI, hindi ko rin alam kung updated po to,
150.
pero, mga nasa 150. Depende yan, if you're gonna, sa online kasi laging merong additional, no? Parang additional 25 pesos, ganyan. Pero in that range naman siya. Yun. Tapos, and then, syempre, magpapanotarize kayo ng mga documents, no? So, yung mga documents, depende rin siya sa notary office nyo dyan sa Philippines. Actually, medyo sa dami ng pinanotarize namin na documents, medyo nagpatong-patong rin yung cost nito. Pero usually, meron ka makikita mga around 300 to 500 na notary per document.
Depende kasi sa document eh, kung anong document yung inonotarize. Ranging from 150 to 500.
Yes, but with the exception of, alam mo yung house and lot na transfer, no? Ang house and lot transfer, parang 2% ba ng amount nung house and lot, diba?
Yeah.
So, hindi ko alam kung ganun talaga yung norm sa atin, na yung cost ng notary nila is depende doon sa cost ng property.
Kung magkano yung amount na nasa deed of sale, parang percentage nun yung babae.
Yun. So, depende rin, just try to scout kasi iba-iba rin ang presyo ng mga notary sa Pilipinas.
Di mahanap kayo mura, for sure. Hanap lang kayo.
Okay, now ito naman, this is for kapag magla-lodge na kayo ng inyong document. These are some of the documents na kailangan yung isubmit. Sa pagkakaalala ko, ito na lahat yon. But if meron pa kaming maalala, we'll make sure to do a part 2. But yes, proof of funds is very important. Kailangan nyo talaga siyang i-provide as cost of living. So, unang-una, magkano nga ba ang proof of funds magkano nga ba ang funds na kailangan yung i-provide for your application? Now, we have a general rule. This is also in the CIC website. So, it is, for the student alone, 10,000 Canadian dollars. This is to cover their cost of living for 1 year. So, 1 year lang po ang unang pinag-uusapan dito. Even if you are taking a 2-year course, yung first year lang ang kailangan yung providean for this application. Kasi nga naman, pagdating mo naman sa Canada, syempre magtatrabaho ka rin naman, possibly magkakaroon ka pa ng ibang source of incomes. So, just for this visa application, yung first year proof of funds or cost of living lang ang kailangan nyo i-provide. So, for the principal applicant, it's 10,000 Canadian dollars. And then if you're gonna include your spouse, it's additional 4,000 Canadian dollars for the spouse. And then if you have dependents, it's 3,000 Canadian dollars for each dependent. Okay? And then, ang pwede nyo lang pong sponsoran, ang pwede nyo isama lang sa application. I think maraming nagtatanong nito. Immediate relative lang po. So, it's only your spouse and your children na pwede nyo pong isama sa application. Hindi po pwedeng kapatid, hindi pwedeng magulang, hindi pwedeng tito, tita, pinsan, ganyan. So, there's a different, wala actually pathway pa na direct doon sa pwedeng i-apply ang kamag-anak. Unless, of course, yung tipong wala kang kamag-anak ng ganyan. But that's for a separate vlog. But for your student visa application, yes, yun lang po ang pwede. So, for us, ang minimum na kailangan naming ma-provide is 10 plus 4, so plus 3 kids, no, plus 9, 14, 23? 23,000, yes. So, kung mag-a-apply kaming 5, we should have provided at least 23,000 Canadian dollars. But, of course, hindi naman dapat na pag sinabing 23,000 ang cost of living nyo, dapat yun na lang ang ipapakita nyo. Yes, so please consider dagdagan nyo pa rin. Kasi ang visa officer, mag-iisip yan ng mga loopholes within your application. Paano ganito, paano ganyan. So, it's best to add more into that kung meron naman. And if you have sponsors, then na sila yung mag-replace ng proof of funds nyo, pwede rin naman. So, for example, you don't have 23,000 on hand kung sa family of 5, ha? So, if you have sponsors willing to sponsor you for financial reasons, kumbaga sila yung bubuo or kumbaga sila yung magko-complement nung missing amount, pwede naman po as long as you supply documents for them. But I think I have a separate vlog for documents na kailangan ng sponsor. So, just please watch that. Okay, now coming back to the proof of funds, ano nga ba ang mga documents na kailangan nyo ma-provide para doon sa proof of funds? So, syempre, unang-una yan ay ang bank certificate and bank statement. So, ang bank certificate, depende siya sa bangko no? But we were banking with BDO before, and alam ko may mga changes na to, no? So, bank certificate is yung one piece of paper lang na may details ng account nyo, magkano, kailan kayo nag-start with them. 200 pesos?
Yeah.
Yeah, 200 pesos bank certificate. And then, yung bank statement, I think it's 100, 150
for the first
page.
For the first 3
Parang ganun.
pages. Tas may additional payment per pages.
So parang initially is 150.
100, 150.
Tapos alam ko plus 10 pesos per additional page in excess of like 3 pages, ganyan. So depende kung gaano nyo
kung gaano kahaba yung bank statement mo.
Oo. Pero kasi ang rule is provide 4 to 6 months of bank statements. So, nasa sa inyo na. Ako ang provide ko ng 1 year. Kaya madami. Napakarami naming papers nun. But, kasi, yung para makita nila kung saan galing yung pera namin So, and it was more than 4 to 6 months nung nandun yung pera na yun. So, gusto rin namin ipakita yung na yun. So, and then other documents, kung kukuha kayo ng Ano pa ba yung mga kukunin nila? So, yun yung mga main ones eh. Nasa sa inyo na kung meron pa kayong ibang gustong kuhaning documents and gusto nyo ipa-notary, then that's an additional cost. But these are the basic ones. And syempre, ang pinaka-importante ay inyong passport. So, hindi po kayo makakapag-apply ng visa nang walang passport. So, ngayon, ang magkano na ba cost ng passport ngayon? So, this passport, depende po ito sa, well, since we are talking Tagalog right now, so we are gearing into Philippine citizens. So, ito parang 900 to 1,200, no? Depending if regular or expedited. Yes. So, definitely, that is the cost. And magpapa-ID kayo if it's for the passport or for the visa application, kailangan nyo po ng photos to submit sa inyong application or even upload online. So yan, minimal cost lang naman yan, no? Depende na kung saan kayo magpapapicture. Ay, mga 30 to 50 pesos, ganyan. Okay, and then next is, this is only if mag-upfront medical kayo. But regardless, you're gonna be doing a medical exam, yes, either upfront or after siya ma-request sa inyo. So, ang medical cost, kami po sa IOM kami nagpa-medical eh. So, eto yung mga costs nila. Depende rin siya per age. And if you go through other medical facilities in the Philippines na accredited, sa St. Luke's, mas mahal siya ng konti. Yeah. But these are the costs for IOM medical. So, iba-iba siya. For adults, for example, so sa amin, it's 10,000. Yun na yung...
pesos, ha?
Yes, 10,000 pesos siya. But, there is an additional fee. For example, if you have a tattoo, then sa kanya, as far as I remember, additional 2,000 siya. But, hindi siya necessarily na kapag may tattoo ka is i-requestan ka nila. Kasi twice kang nag-medical, no?
Yung una, required. Yung pangalawa, dapat ulit. For HEPA kasi yun, di ba? Yun yung additional na payment. Ang in-explain ko lang dun sa physician na wala namang nadagdag dun sa tattoo ko. Kumbaga, nung nagpa-exam ako a year ago, yun pa rin yung tattoo ko. Pumayag naman.
So dapat meron.
Dapat meron pa rin. In-explain ko lang na wala namang nadagdag sa tattoo. At negative naman yung result ng previous.
Actually, meron din ako na-research na babasa na kapag ang applicant is working in the healthcare industry, for example, in a hospital setting, parang magpapa-request din sila ng ganong scenario, ng ganong test, just because mas prone yung mga healthcare workers doon sa mga Hep B, you know, yung mga HIV or AIDS, ganyan, doon sa mga ganung scenario. So, it's up to them then kung ipapa-ano nila kayo, ipapa-additional test. But yes, please be prepared, hindi lang pwedeng may mga additional costs. And then, for your dependents, so if you have dependents 11 to 14 years old, 5,000 pesos. And 0 to 10 years old, 3,000 pesos. So, I'll do a separate vlog for the medical para malaman niyo po kung ano yung mga tests. Hindi po siya pare-parehas for all of us. Kaya mas mahal yung sa aming adults kasi mas maraming tests and lab procedures na ginawa po sa amin. So, we'll have that in a separate vlog as well. Okay, ngayon, I think those are the main requirements na i-prepare nyo or main costs that you have to consider. So, dito na tayo sa kapag nag-apply ka na ng inyong visa application. So, first things first, ang cost for visa application for student. So, this is for either adults or for the kids. Isa lang po ang cost ng student permit application. It's 150 Canadian dollars. And then for your spouses that will be applying for the open work permit, ang cost po ng kanilang visa application is $255. So, dalawang yung cost po na binabayaran. $100 is for yung work permit application. And then yung $155 is for the work permit holder fee. Hindi ko rin po alam kung ano kung para saan yon, but sineparate po nila. So anyway, ang kagandahan naman po dyan is, kunyari ma-refuse po yung application niya, yung work permit holder fee na $155 Canadian dollars, ma-refund po siya. Yes. So sa dami ng application namin sa kanya, nare-refund naman siya. But in my experience, yung iba automatic siya nare-refund. Pero most of the time, kailangan ko siyang i-request. Yes, and i-follow up. So medyo matagal rin siya. Months pa, parang 4 to 5 months bago na-refund yun. Okay, and that is the cost. And ang kailangan pa rin po ngayon, meron ng biometrics fee. So nung time na nag-apply ako ng 2018 and 2019, yung mga unang-unang application namin, hindi pa kami umabot doon sa biometrics. But now, kailangan na po siya, required na siya. But this is a one-time fee. At least for the next 10 years. Kasi valid siya for the next 10 years. So, hindi na siya, kunyari, na-refuse kayo. Kasi pag na-refuse kayo and then you reapply, you pay the visa fee again. Pero itong biometrics, kapag nagpa-biometrics na kayo, valid na siya for the next 10 years. So, pwede na siyang gamitin pa ulit-ulit doon sa succeeding applications nyo. And the cost for that, if, for example, isa lang ang applicant na magpapa-biometrics, it's 85 Canadian dollars. Now, what if tatlo kami? For example, ako, siya, tapos meron kaming child 15 years old. Kasi ang alam ko, biometrics is required for an applicant parang 14 or 15 years old and above, ganyan. So, kunyari tatlo kami, ang babayaran namin is $170, flat pa rin. So, hindi siya 85 times 3. So, basta family application siya, maximum of $170 na yung babayaran.
Dalawa, parang...
Yes. Parang cost of 2 lang, regardless of the number of the applicants in the family.
Di ba nang biometrics si Bren?
Hindi.
Di ba?
Hindi siya may biometrics.
Bakit siya sinamahan yun?
Medical yun.
Medical.
Medical yun. Tapos po, meron din tayong VFS fees. Ito, depende po kung saan kayo mag-a-apply ha. Kasi meron kayong application na pwede nyo gawing online. So, yung visa fees na nga babayaran nyo. But, if you're gonna submit your application via VFS, so this is paper-based sa office sa Makati ba to?
Yeah.
So, sa VFS, meron po kayong mga fees technically for them submitting your application and fixing everything. So, sa VFS, ang cost nila, this is yung sa base sa experience namin na hindi po namin alam kung nag-increase na sila ng prices, but per applicant is 1,500
pesos.
Yes, more or less, mga ganun po siya. And then, yun pa lang yung pag-submit po ha. Wala pa dyan yung mga courier fees. So, ito yung, kunyari, isi-send nyo lang yung document sa kanila via courier. Or, ito yung kapag nag-submit kayo ng application, and then may result na, syempre sila na po ang magbabalik sa inyo. So, hindi nyo po pwedeng pick upin sa kanila, isi-send back po nila sa inyo yan. So, may courier fees din sila na parang 370 pesos one way. And photography service, meron din sila doon. Ano pa ba? Mga photocopying service, SMS service. So, etong mga to, optional naman to pero usually kasi ina-add na nila sa babayaran mo Pero,
SMS notification.
But it's nice to have para at least ma-update kayo doon sa tracking. Yon. So, pag-approve na siya, pagdadalhin na siya sa visa office, kung natatakan na siya, and then on the way back to you. So, SMS service is 120 per applicant siya. And yun na, kasama na. Mga 3-4 na SMS lang yun. So, but 120 pesos na siya. But it's nice to have.
May naalala akong fee pa sa VFS. Locker fee.
Locker fee.
Bawal magdala ng
magkano?
kahit
70?
Parang 80 yata.
Oh, yun. So, locker fee.
Gigil ako. Na 80han pa ako
Yes, lahat ba? Wala po kayong pwedeng dalhin inside, even phones, no?
Sa phone, kung wala kang bag, pwede mo siyang i-bulsa, papa-turn off sa inyo.
Okay. But yes, bags.
Pero kahit gano'ng kaliit yung pouch na yan, bag, ipapalocker sa inyo yan.
Yun. It's nice to know din kasi 80 pesos din yun, ha?
Yeah.
Malay mo, eksakto lang yung dala mo, diba? And lalo sa Makati, parking pa, magbabayad ka pa. Yun. So, 80 pesos per locker. Hindi naman siya per applicant, no? So, kung may kasabay kayo, lagay nyo lahat ng gamit nyo doon. Okay naman yun. So, ang dala nyo lang doon is pambayad nyo,
documents,
phone, and your documents. Yes, very strict sila doon.
Kung may dala kayong kotse, iwan nyo na sa lahat. Dalhin nyo lang pambayad, tsaka documents.
Parang isang beses gano'n, no?
Oh,
kaya pagdating natin na lahat, no? But mabilis naman may appointment ba doon? Appointment ang VFS, ano?
Oh, di ba?
Appointment naman
Online?
tayo.
Oo. Kasi may form ka na nun eh. Ay, di ba? Diba? Hindi ko maalala
Hindi ko alam eh. Yaman lang, i-edit na natin yung Okay, and that's it for the cost of visa application. Ngayon, pupunta na tayo sa kapag na-approve kayo, eto na yung travel time. So, syempre, mag-book muna kayo ng ticket. And, isa din to sa pinakamalaking cost, I would say. Lalo na kung magta-travel kayo in a short notice. So, ang fees, depende siya sa time na bumili kayo. But, we'll just give the range, no? So, based on our experience, ang pinakamura, depende rin kasi siya kung saan kayo sa Canada eh. So, for example, Manila to Vancouver na yung stop nyo, mas mura siya. Meron ako nakita mga around 650 to 700. Mura na yun super mura na siya. If doon lang ang destination nyo.
Pero kung may connecting flight ka pa.
Yes, pero kung may connecting flight pa kayo, ngayon just for this purpose dahil taga Calgary kami, ang mga costs na i-discuss natin ngayon ay from Manila to Canada, Manila to Calgary. So, sa dami ng beses namin nag-book ng ticket kasi pabalik-balik din ako sa Pilipinas pati yung mga anak ko. So, ang range ng mga tickets na nakita namin for adults, mga sa'yo 1-3, no?
1-2, 1-3 nga.
1-2, oo. Siya kasi medyo December siya nag-book eh. So, within December and January yung kanyang flight. So, mahal talaga. So, ang kanyang cost is around mga 1-2 or 1-3, one way lang. Yon. Pero kami, nung hindi Pasko, mga summer, ganyan, mga other times of the year, nakakuha kami ng ticket na, sa akin, for example, round trip, nakakuha ako ng mga 1,000 or to 1,100, ganon, round trip na siya.
Na yan, ha? Mas mura pa.
Yes, mas mura pa siya. Sa mga bata naman, usually yan mga may discount lang din naman siya ng mga 20% eh. So, hindi naman magkakalayo-layo din. Pero nung una kong punta dito sa Calgary, mga nasa one way, no? Mga 850 to 950. Nung yun yung medyo at least 1 month notice pa yung flight namin. Yun. So, those are the ranges. Depende rin po siya sa airline. Of course, and if you're gonna be traveling economy, first class, or business class, pero nasa ganun po siyang range. So,
ano yung airline natin? Yung pinakamura.
Oh my God. Pero sa experience namin, PAL, ang pinakamahal. Kasi, ano lang siya 2 stops lang siya So, Vancouver and then Vancouver to Calgary. Meron kaming na-experience sa Eva Air.
Ayun, Eva Air.
Sa'yo din ba? Eva ka rin
Eva
ba?
Air,
Yun. So, yun, two layovers naman yun So, isa sa Taipei muna. So, Manila to Taipei. Taipei to Vancouver, and then Vancouver to Calgary. So, depende rin siya sa stops nyo kung gaano siya kamahal or gaano siya kamura. And then, yung isa naman ay China Airlines kami. So, ganun din yung mga destination and stopovers namin. So, siguro kaya din mas mura siya sa PAL. Kaya, yun, ganun din yung costing niya. But yes, hindi na siya bababa for sure ng mga 650 Canadian dollars kasi sobrang mura na yon. Promo na for sure yung mga ganon. And usually yan mga one way lang, no? But with COVID happening right now, hindi natin alam kung mas mahal ba siya or mas mura siya ngayon. Depende rin sa Okay, and another cost actually is paglalabas po kayo ng bansa is yung travel tax. So, wala pong exempted dito. Ang travel tax is kung same pa rin po to 1,620 per adult. Yes. And for kids, 810. Kasi half sila, yes. Travel tax. But you have to check with your airline as well. Kasi yung ibang airline is kasama na
Airfare.
sa binabayaran nyo. So, double check with them para hindi kayo madoble na ng bayan. Ganyan. Pero, parang lahat, no? Ikaw nagbayad ka rin ng travel tax. Yes. Parang lahat naman, no? Na ano namin. Yung PAL, kasama na ba yun? Basta depende sa airline nyo. Just, it's best to double check with them. Yes. And also, ngayon, you have to consider your quarantine costs. So, presently, meron pong rule dito sa Canada na once you arrive here, you have to book a hotel stay for the first 3 days, regardless if you're gonna be finishing yung 3 days na yun ha, kasi if you receive your negative result sa COVID, then pwede na kayong umalis, but you still have to pay for the cost of 3 nights. Yun. And then after that, yung quarantine, you finish it either sa bahay nyo, kung meron na kayong quarantine facilities na kakilala, for example, or if you're gonna finish it probably sa Airbnb, so that's another cost. But yes, nasa mga 2,000 ata yan. Nung kasagsagan nung March last year, na umuwi akong Pilipinas, sinundo ko yung anak ko. Tapos bumalik kami dito, nag-quarantine din kami noon for the whole 15 days nga para sure. So inabot rin kami actually ng mga 2,200 noon kasama yung grocery namin. Oo, kasama yung mga food expenses and transportation expenses within Canada. So malaki rin siyang cost if you consider that. Parang mga 80,000 pesos din. Yun.
Gastos!
Ang gastos. So, kailangan talaga siyang paghandaan. Kung susumahin ko yan, siguro magkano ba siya? So, doon sa course nyo, so for example, 15,000 per year ang inyong tuition. So, times 2 nyo na, mga nasa 30,000 plus yung mga miscellaneous expenses, siguro sabihin nyo na mga 32,000. So, yun yung kailangan nyo rin i-budget doon sa cost of being an international student. So, hindi lang siya technically yung first year, yung kailangan yung intindihin. Siyempre, isipin nyo rin saan yung kukunin yung afternoon. So, it's better to be prepared actually for the whole duration of your studies. Para, lalo na with COVID pandemic happening right now, medyo yung iba hindi rin agad nakakasettle dito. So, sometimes it takes a few months to be able to find work, lalo na sa situation ngayon. If you watched our video before, hindi rin agad-agad kami nakakuha ng work. Probably, swerte na niya 1 month, no? Or almost 2 months?
No, mga 1 and a half.
1 month, yes. Kasi napaswerte din sa work. So, we know a lot of other people na 3 months, 4 months bago sila makakuha actually ng trabaho nila.
Yung tuition na yan, labas yan sa proof of funds,
So, yung cost of living, labas siya. So, kailangan i-total nyo yan, no? So, yung tuition fee, cost of living, and other expenses, ganyan. So, kung susumahin ko, siguro yung mga nagastos namin up until yung time ng graduation ko. Okay, so, just a quick computation. Siguro dun sa whole duration namin, dun sa 2-year study ko, kung kukwentahin namin, siguro mga nasa 3.5 to 4 million na yung aming nalabas. Kasama na dun yung cost of living for 2 years, yung tuition ko, ganyan. And ano lang siya, quick estimate lang siya, so hindi namin
lahat na yan na anyway, more or less 4 million. So
roughly, yes. So roughly, hindi na namin na-take into consideration lahat, no? So estimate na lang siguro doon sa 2-year journey, bago pumunta dito hanggang doon sa pagtapos ng studies ko, 2-year program ko, mga nasa 4 million. Yes. Ano na yun? Tuition, cost of living, expenses, airfare, documents, medical, IELTS, ganyan. Lahat-lahat na yon. So, mga 4 million is more than enough, actually. Ganon. But kasama na dyan siguro yung mga iba naming extra expenses. Yun. But, mga ganun siya.
Makaka-survive ka na.
Makaka-survive ka na, yes. Although we cannot say na yung comfortable ka na talaga na hindi ka na mag-work, for example, or yung work
mo. Ay, hindi pwedeng hindi ka mag-work.
Oo.
Kahit 4 million yung baon mo.
So, mga ganon, mga 4M. And counting, dahil hindi pa po kami PR. So ngayon is nasa postgraduate work permit ako. So, we're on work permits. But yes, it's not that bad kasi since kumikita ka naman so meron naman din nabibigay yung gobyerno na allowance because we have kids. So, doon medyo bawi-bawi somehow. Nakakatulong siya sa expenses. Yes. Yun. So, I think that's the minimum requirements or minimum documents or minimum considerations. Nasa inyo na po kung meron man kayong mga additional documents na gustong isupply, then additional costing for that. So, that's it po. I hope nakatulong po yan sa inyong pag-prepare ng inyong budget. Dahil, yes, mahal po ang maging international student dito, lalo niya, syempre, kung isasama niyo ang family niyo. But,
Makakabawi
say.
naman basta makahanap ng work.
Yes,
Survive.
But of course, treat this as, I would consider this as an investment kasi unang-una you're gonna have education, very globally recognized education, and at the same time, it gives you the chance to become a permanent resident. So treat this as your investment, kumbaga sa inyong future life, dahil yes, mahal naman siya, but sabi nga nila, this is one of the easiest pathway to be able to get into Canada. Now, once you're already here in Canada, a lot of other opportunities open to you para maging permanent residency ka. Diba? Okay na rin siyang kumbaga...
Permanent resident lang.
Okay. Para maging permanent resident ka. And okay na rin siya tipong if you treat it as a stepping stone versus if, you're gonna be applying from outside Canada, tapos medyo kulang ang inyong mga points, ganyan, hindi kayo makahanap ng employer. So, this is one of the recommended pathways to be able to start your journey to your Canadian dream. That's it, guys. And we'll see you again next time. Bye!
Bye!